The Calgary Flames have a huge decision to make about which direction they want to go, and they absolutely need to consider all options. This team has proven they can win/score now, but overall the trajectory of the team looks to be in the direction of tanking, so should a big trade be made? We're going to get into all that more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And let's start by talking about last night's game. And look, I know the majority of the fan base is on Team Tank. I think you guys know where my heart lies at this point in this season, 10 games in. But no matter what, it is always fun to watch your team lay a whooping. And that's what the Flames did last night against the New York Rangers with a big 5-1 win in front of the home crowd. Finally, the Flames offense being unlocked. Is it because Matt Coronato was a healthy scratch? Was that the key to unlocking the Flames offense, is benching Matty Coronato? I don't think so. I think some of those things just kind of go into play sometimes. It's weird, it's ironic, but whatever. The Flames with a 5-1 win, their second win of the season, their first regulation win of the season. They snapped the losing streak and they get on the board with some more points. Still bottom of the NHL, which, makes Team Tank happy, but throwing in a win or every now and then is pretty good. If we get into the box score, we finally actually have a pretty decent one here. So Dustin Wolf very much so deserved the win in this one. He makes 30 saves on 31 shots, the .968 save percentage. He has honestly been really good all year. His numbers have not. The Flames have not, but hey, that's the Dustin Wolf we know. That's the stat line. He is very capable of putting up night in and night out. So good for him. Pickles, the Texas Tiger Blake Coleman gets a couple goals. Kadri with a goal and an assist. Trade value increasing? Kevin Ball getting on the score sheet with his first of the season. Sharky also getting his first of the season with a goal. Good to see him finally score. I think it was his goal that Connor Zary just set it up beautifully. What a play by Czars. Michael Buckland getting a couple assists on the night. Joel Hanley with an assist. Frosty, Huberdeau, Zary, and Farabee all getting rewarded with one apple apiece as well. It is fun when the offense plays well and the Flames actually play entertaining hockey. That's what the fans have deserved and haven't really had at all this season, other than maybe, the Edmonton game at the beginning of the year. But this was exciting to watch. Flames get the win. I know they were thrilled about it. So, I guess congrats to the Flames on getting a regulation win. Some people love to see it. Now let's get into the thick of things here and talk about decision time. And yes, we could probably talk about this all the way up until the trade deadline, to be honest. And it starts with this here. So grabbed a little article here. It's written by Stuart Blakely, so all credit due to him. But he writes, Calgary Flames must start to consider all options available. And this kind of goes with, I guess, the trajectory of the team. Do you want to win? Do you want to tank? Do you want to trade people away? Do you want to, acquire players to try and salvage the season? All options are available and need to be considered. So the Calgary Flames are in the middle of a losing streak. So this was written after last night's game, but they didn't take into account anything that had happened in the game, which is kind of, funny to just disregard a whole game. But anyway, they write the Calgary Flames are in the middle of a losing streak. And to be honest, it might not be such a bad thing. As we know, tanking is definitely part of sports. So it's officially the worst start to the season for the Flames since 97-98 and 15-16. I don't think that's true. I think it actually is the worst. Both seasons tied for the worst starts in franchise history. Even then, the start in those seasons was better than the start in 2025. Exactly. So it contradicted itself, but either way. Through the first 9 games of the season, the Flames were 1-7-1 for 3 points. In both 97 and 2015, they racked up 4 points through the first 9. As we know, the Flames did get yet another win. I say yet another win. They finally got another win. So 2-7-1 through their first 10 games for obviously 5 points there. Again, I don't see why there's some discrepancies in this article. Maybe it wasn't fact checked. Maybe it was honestly written by ChatGPT and just disregarded yesterday. But either way, let's continue. The rumors are already circulating around a couple of star players, including Kadri and Rasmus Andersson, and more could be coming before the deadline. It's already becoming dangerously close to a lost season. The old saying goes, you can't make the playoffs in November, but you can miss them. And that's true. That's how a lot of the league sees the Flames right now, and a lot of the fans see the Flames right now. So Brace for the worst season in franchise history if you are a fan. It's very early to be saying that this will be the worst season in franchise history, but the Flames need to go on a very long win/point streak to even get back into contention at this point. It's something that the Flames organization has had issues with doing in the past. That is the key here. The longest streak of that nature in Flames history occurred in the 1988-89 Stanley Cup winning season with 13 straight games with at least a loser's point, the Daryl Sutter point. So, the general manager has been busy making calls. Flames GM Craig Conroy has been busy lately. He's been making calls, including an inquiry on disgruntled Columbus Blue Jackets forward Yegor Sharangovich, as mentioned by Pierre LeBrun in Insider Trading. I honestly haven't covered that yet because it's really not all that big of a story. Do we really care all that much? It's not going to happen. But either way, the market has heated up in regards to centers, meaning Nazem Kadri's value has just skyrocketed, and that really is the biggest decision here, is what to do with Kadri. So it was also pointed out on the 32 Thoughts blog by Elliot Friedman that Kadri's full no movement clause has changed to a 13-team trade no clause, making Kadri available for trade. It's unknown if the request was made by the team or the player, but a clear indication of the path forward. Interesting. The teams that could be in the mix for Kadri would be Vancouver, Montreal, LA, Colorado, and Utah. Essentially any team that considers themselves a Stanley Cup contender. And the fact that it's still October, a lot of teams consider themselves to be Stanley Cup contenders. But these are kind of the main teams that you hear. You hear Toronto quite a bit as well. Carolina and Dallas are always thrown in there, but Vancouver's a very interesting one right now because they could probably use a center. I think Lucas Reichel is slated as their second center right now, the newly acquired, and it has been confirmed, I don't have a screenshot of it, but it has been confirmed that Vancouver is not on Kadri's no movement clause, meaning he would be down to obviously go there. So feel free to obviously, put down any sort of trade proposals or anything like that involving any of these teams or any others down in the comments below. To wrap up the article, he says, Flames fans, brace yourselves. It's going to be a very long season, but the potential of having Beasley announce a certain name in the home opener next season has a certain appeal to it. Gavin McKenna, anyone? And yes, it is true. I don't know if the author of this article is a Flames fan. I kind of think he isn't, just based off kind of some of the inaccuracy in the article, but no matter what, it sounds like people are definitely on board for the Flames to kind of tank and obviously get Gavin McKenna if they can and are so lucky to win the NHL draft lottery. But overall, I guess the main thing for me to take out of all this is Kadri. What's the decision on him? That's the biggest decision of them all for Conroy is, Rasmus Andersson probably going to get traded. I don't know. I almost seemed less confident in that than I felt before. But for Kadri, that's the big one. Do you trade him away? Do you trade him to some of these teams now that, the centers are kind of thin on the trade block? So it's totally a trajectory thing for this Flames team. After last night, a lot of fans are saying, whoa, we're so amazing. We could definitely make the playoffs. Well, let's hold our horses. That was against the Rangers, to be fair. But either way, it is very interesting, and feel free to let me know down in the comments. And speaking of comments, let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video, as we love to do here on the channel. I already suggested, feel free to drop a trade proposal comment, and that's exactly what I have for you guys here from 38 Grimmers. They say trade. Dallas gets Rasmus Andersson, Sharky, and Bean, and a second rounder, and the Flames get Jason Robertson. That is a really interesting trade. I don't think it could technically work in terms of cap for Dallas. They'd have to clear up some cap space somehow. And I still don't know if Dallas says yes to this, but I would say yes to it from the Flames point of view. Giving away Bean for free, of course, in a 5-1 win. Who's the only player who finished with a negative plus-minus? Jake Bean. But either way, very, very interesting. And again, feel free to drop more trade proposals down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.